Nightside with Dan Rea.
They say you better listen to the voice of reason.
The illegal immigrants are being used for political purposes, and that's wrong.
Local or national.
Why is it that our first instinct is, well, let's get the government involved in people's lives?
Hear it here.
I think Congress has bigger and more important things to worry about.
Want to hear more?
There's something that smacks of Soviet Russia or Nazi Germany that somehow the state is going to tell you how to bring up your kid.
Now, join in the discussion.
You better listen to the radio.
WBZ News Radio 1030.
Well, there's a new show open. Rob Brooks, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome on into Nightside. We are not in the studio tonight, so those of you who are emailers to the program, I won't be able to interact with your emails tonight. We are out on location. We're in Lowell, Massachusetts. I'm going to guess 30, 35 miles north of Boston as the crow flies, but of course here in New England, no, there's no travel like the crow flies, and we are here outside the ballpark of the Lowell Spinners. They are a minor league baseball team, the Class A affiliate of the Boston Red Sox in the New York Penn League. They really call it the New York Penn and New England League. And we're going to talk about minor league baseball tonight, not only from the point of view of maybe some of your memories as to what you may have experienced or witnessed, but also the economic impact. So let me first introduce myself, Dan Rea. Your host, the voice of reason. Chris Siderick, the executive producer, is on hand here in the BZ mobile van. And if any of you inside the ballpark are listening to the broadcast while you're enjoying the Lowell Spinners beat up on the Vermont Lake Monsters, an affiliate of the Washington Nationals, and you want to come by the van a little bit later on, we'd love to see you. We really tonight want to talk a little bit about the impact of minor league baseball and also what a great take minor league baseball is for American families. Here we are, it's July 20th. I don't think you can get much more in the middle of the summer than July 20th. We're literally in the middle of the minor league baseball season, and you can join us, 617-254-1030. I'd like to hear some stories from some of you, if you recall minor league games that you may have gone to or minor league ballparks. We're going to learn a lot about LeLacheur Park here in Lowell tonight, and we have several guests lined up. We have Representative John Good, who is a member of the Lowell Spinners staff. We're also going to talk with Bernie Lynch. He's the city manager in Lowell. But first and foremost, old friend of mine, a big sports fan, the Chancellor of the University of Lowell, which is right next door to this field. And actually, this field, if not on the campus, abuts the campus. Marty Meehan. Hey, Marty, welcome.
Dan, great to be with you. I've never been in the mobile van,
mobile
so I'm
studio,
delighted
as
to
we
be
call
here.
it.
I mean, even Paul Sullivan never invited me to be in the mobile van, so I'm delighted to be here.
Whenever we're in Lowell, we certainly think of Paul Sullivan,
Absolutely.
and I'm sure his spirit is somewhere in the van tonight.
Sure is.
As you can tell, this is not overly ostentatious. You know, some of the artwork and the sculptures around the studio. You, of course, are the Chancellor of the University of Lowell. For those of you who might not know, Marty represented the Merrimack Valley District for many years, beginning in 1993, first elected in 1992, and served in Congress until 2007, when he assumed the chancellorship of the University of Lowell. And this ballpark really sits on, well, it's contiguous to your school. Is it actually part? I mean, I know that you don't own the ballpark. I get that, but does the school surround this ballpark?
It does. This is part of our East Campus, and while we don't own the ballpark, we donated the land that the ballpark was built on, and the legislature provided $8 million to build the park, but it funneled through the university. In other words, the fact that we play our baseball games here, at the time we were playing football here, that's part of the reason why the legislature funded the $8 million to build it. So it's also a partnership with the city, and I think another example of how the University of Massachusetts Lowell connects to what the city does, and we work in a collaborative way to do things like to build this ballpark, to build the Tsongas Center, which we do own, which is a short walking distance down the way here.
The hockey rink?
It's a hockey rink, but we've renamed it the Tsongas Center because we use it for concerts, academic events, and in fact, just recently it was named by a national publication one of the top 20 venues in the United States that have 5,000 to 10,000 seats. So this is our East Campus. We have a $25 million rec center across the street. Most of our residence halls are right here. Fox Hall, which is right across the street, is our largest residence hall. We just put $12 million into that. So our residence halls are here. Songus Arena is here, and the baseball park is here, as well as it's an economic development partnership, I'd say, with the city of Lowell.
Yeah, what a perfect marriage in the sense that this team opens up, I think, sometime in early to mid-June, right after school has ended. The campus is a little less busy, June, July, and August, and they finish up their season on Labor Day. So what a great use. Every night it looks like there's 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 people that are trekking in here.
This team sells out every night. They've been a great success story. It brings in people into an urban center in Lowell. And Lowell is really a great urban center. It's an urban national park. There are over 1 million visitors who come here because it's the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. But to be able to come to a baseball game and watch minor league baseball, it's a great family entertainment. You know, I have 2 boys, and sometimes, you know, going to Fenway Park is difficult. They're sold out. You come to this ballpark, and it's fabulous. It's a great deal for kids. They have all kinds of interactive programs with kids, and it's just, there's nothing like coming to a game. And the architectural firm that designed this, it's a beautiful urban ballpark. It reminds me a lot of the Baltimore Orioles Park.
Or Camden Yards.
Camden Yards. The same architect actually worked on this. So it's a great ballpark. It's a great take, and it brings people into the urban center. And it's a great partnership, obviously, for the university. In fact, when our students come back at the end of August, there are still a couple of Spinners games. So we always have our orientation around a Spinners game, and we own the parking garage right next to it. Number one, we make revenue during the games.
Another revenue stream.
Well, you have to have revenue stream. You got to raise money, fundraise. That's important. But also, we have orientation here, and then we go in and watch the Spinners. So it's a great partnership, I think.
Well, the thing that's great about this is I was inside tonight. There were so many young kids, so many families. Tickets are very reasonably priced. It's a great night of entertainment. As you said, there's a parking garage right next door. I mean, everything works. I know this franchise has been here, I believe, since like the mid-1990s.
They have.
But they've just signed, you told me, a new lease?
They've signed a 10-year lease with the City of Lowell. It's a great deal for the City of Lowell, too. The City of Lowell will actually bring in significant revenue, approximately $250,000 a year. And in these times, that's a real plus. And you know, when this was envisioned by city leaders, former Senator Paul Songus, sort of help with the vision of making Lowell a destination city and in sort of describing what we should strive for. Nobody expected the city to make this kind of revenue from it, so it's worked out extremely well. In part, the New York Penn League is a great league, and it's great baseball, but we're a Red Sox affiliate. So many of the players that play at Fenway Park started here at LeLacheur Park with the Spinners. If sometimes there'll be a pitcher, whether it's Pedro Martinez or different pitchers over the years that are out on the disabled list, they'll have to pitch a game or two before they get back. They'll be right here. It's fabulous.
Sure.
What a great opportunity.
Well, you know, for those of you who are real Red Sox fans out there, I don't need to tell you that you know, Kevin Youkilis played here, right. Jacoby Ellsbury, Jonathan Papelbon, Clay Buchholz, a lot, and this is really, and I hate to merely put it like this, but this is Middle America at its best, in the sense that, you know, I've often thought about when you fly across the country at night in the summertime. Every once in a while you look out and you'll see a ballpark lit up somewhere, and you don't know what ballpark it is. You might not even know what state you're above, but you know there's thousands of people out there who are enjoying a great night, a great family night together. I want you to stay here, Marty, if you would, for a few more minutes as we talk about the University of Lowell, which is also a great asset to this city. Again, the city that Paul Sullivan, my predecessor, loved so much, and of course was his home. We can never broadcast from Lowell without invoking the name and the spirit of Paul Sullivan, and I hope Paul is listening tonight as well. If you're listening and you'd like to join us tonight, I'd love to hear some of your minor league baseball stories. Those of you, if any of you played in the minor leagues, or if you remember as a kid growing up in a different part of the country and had access to minor league baseball, give us a call. We'll be on until 10 o'clock tonight. Bradley J. will pick us up on the last couple of hours. Bradley will pick us up from 10 until midnight. So we're going to be here for a while. We have some guests scheduled, but I would really encourage those of you who want to join us, 617-254-1030, and, of course, toll-free if the signal's getting out there at this early point of the evening, 888 WBZ 1030. Dan Rea in Lowell. This is our tribute to minor league baseball. We're up with the Lowell Spinners. By the way, I did throw the first pitch out tonight. It went from the rubber. It was over the plate. I can't tell you it was 94 miles an hour. It was probably closer to 49, but it was over the plate. We'll be back with Marty, Meehan. Give us a call, Nightside with Dan Rea, with our tribute to minor league baseball.
Anywhere news breaks, the reporters of WBZ are out there every day.